Tower crib. Okay, so I am now ready for tower climb. You'll see why I'm calling this reverse spelunky in just a moment. New York City Bus Simulator version 2.0. Actually, oh my god, I actually found the dude na Aede. I got the exact photo of the shave. I also have a photo of the thing that was next to it. I forget what it was exactly, but yeah, so I was there today, where they based all that stuff off of. Right in the heart of Times Square. Hang on, I can show you the picture if you want. Give me a sec, guys. Okay. I don't know what it is about this music that I dig so much. This is kind of cool. It goes from weird, it has like a weird scale going on here. It's like the majors and minors. It almost sounds like someone like just threw the fucking rules out the window. In a way. If that makes sense, I don't know. I really like the music in this game. Anyway. Does this look familiar? Regal Cinemas? Shaves? There it is. There is even the ticker with the weird fucking shit that it was saying in New York City Bus Simulator. Down to that. Like, they got the details pretty close for a really shitty game. I gotta say, they kind of got it right. You know, in a bootleg, shitty way. Alright, tower climb. Courage will take you. So I'm still new to this game. So, please bear with me. Okay, so in this game, you are a little fella, a little monkey fella, and you have to climb the tower, and the tower is very, very large, and there are lots of twists and turns, and it's got some really fucking sweet music, very Super Metroid inspired. Forgot how to do some of the things in this game. Whoops. That's a shop right there. Okay. I gotta get used to this because I still have Spelunky physics in mind. I guess we're gonna go to the Path of Exiles. Shortcut. Shortcut Zardo's Gallery. Oh, I've never done this. I can make something for you. Let us begin then. What is this? Oh, coin collection. Okay. I did it. I collected the coins. Oh, right. There's more. Huh. I don't know why I jumped into that beetle. Again, Spelunky is still on the mind, and I assumed I could jump onto him. And I thought I could jump higher than I could actually jump. So, that's actually that is my excuse. Okay. Oh my god. Also, for those that are unaware of the Two on the Vine podcast, our next one, we're going to be doing some spooky stories, Halloween stuff, and I want you guys to write in. You can check out the tweet, KY, I'm sure we'll link it, where you can send us your scary stories, preferably things that actually happened, you know, to you, like weird stuff, and we'll be reading some of them on the stream. Gav. Oh man, I can't actually. I have to go this way. No, I don't have any items to spare for you, sorry. twoonthevinecast@gmail.com. You could just email us there if you want to have some of your spooky stories discussed. God damn it, I need that crate. And never mind. It's not an around the campfire type. It is, you know, it's gonna have that vibe, but we're just gonna talk about some ghost stuff and some scary games and scary movies, perhaps. Just kind of, I don't know, just to celebrate the season a little bit, because it is a lot of fun. All right, that's how you do that. Yes. All the game's mechanics are kind of coming back to me now. No, we do talk a lot about video games on the podcast, so there will be video game stuff, but for this edition, it doesn't have to be necessarily video game related. Just if you have a scary story, number 2 on the Vinecast@gmail.com. However, if you want to make it video game related, that's cool, because we are a video game podcast. But if it's not, I mean, just fun, scary stories that actually maybe happened to you are also cool. Alright, so this is how the game works. You just make progress, and it's kind of like Spelunky in the sense that each set of areas is divided into a few levels, and they are randomly generated, and you will see similar things for the first, say, 3. I haven't even made it to the next area yet, but there's apparently a lot of fucking areas in this game. This is a really surprisingly big game, according to KY. Vinny, are you gonna have another guest anytime soon? Working on that. I have a very potentially exciting guest that I've been in contact with, and I don't want to make any promises if I can't make it happen. So that's why I'm not saying who it is just yet. But I've always had ideas for a few guests on the podcast, like Mecha Gamezilla. We would love to get him on. Maybe have Kryken on again, even though he's not been on the podcast. I've interviewed him here. Kryken is a really great dude to talk about for game design and development. Maybe Critical one day. So these are just some people that I know that I think would be fun for the podcast, but I don't know, there could be more guests. You never know. Kiefer Sutherland, sure, we'll get him. Yeah. He'll only say 4 things. What's in the box? Whoa, almost died there. What is this bee doing? Get out of here, bee. So now I have an orb that is basically really good. It is a weapon. So you can pocket these berries for later use. Basically, you have a double jump, right? You have to use it. So double jumps are limited, but you can use these berries for if you get a blueberry, you get to do a double jump. These fuckers are no joke. Yeah, I don't wanna... You know what, I actually did not mean to fall off that block. Didn't pick it up, Vinny? I left the orb, are you serious? How did I not see that? How the fuck did I not see that? Alright, I'm gonna chalk it up to me being tired from a long day. How's that sound? Comic-Con, waking up early. I meant to kill that thing. I don't know what the hell happened. Something stupid happened there. That was just a momentary lapse of reason. Fucking shitty album, by the way. The yellow berries make you climb faster. So those are... I wish I could have one of those, like, all the time. That would be great. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. There's only 2 songs I like on Momentary Lapse of Reason. On the turning away. Something, something, something. And also, learn to fly. Those are good songs. Do you like the final cut? I actually really like the final cut. I think that's one of my favorite Floyd albums post, The Wall, which there aren't many to choose from, so it is my favorite post-Wall Floyd, definitely. Over Division Bell. I could talk Floyd for a very long time. You don't want that. You don't want to get me started on Floyd, because then people will complain and say, lay shit-tasted music, doesn't like EDM. I'm supposed to like all the things that all 1,000 people here like. Remember that, guys, for future notice. Animals is probably one of my... I was listening to Dogs today while I was on the ferry. They were talking about Pink Floyd. And it was just fantastic. Great fucking song. The Wall might be my favorite. Wish You Were Here is up there. I like Dark Side, I just have heard it way too much. I've just heard Dark Side way too much in my life, and I'm over it. Metal's a great album. I actually like Atom Heart Mother, for anyone who cares about this stuff. And that's the last I will say. I actually think Atom Heart Mother is a great album. I just don't like Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. That song can eat my fucking swollen taint. But otherwise, I think it's a great album. And that is a little bit of an underrated album, I think. Oh, you're welcome, Swift Samurai. I love streaming. Even though I had a fucking long day, I really, really just love streaming, and I wanted to make up for the fact that I didn't stream the past Monday, Tuesday. So it's all good. Alan's Psychedelic Swollen Taint. Yeah, that's a great song, that. For those that are curious, okay, so I'll tell you a little something about Pink Floyd. Maybe I can tell you a little bit. So, Pink Floyd's primary songwriter, Syd Barrett, died. I'm sorry, no, he went insane. After the first album, he drank too much coffee with acid in it, and I'm serious, by the way. There's a lot of speculation about what really happened, but he went crazy. There's some really, really odd stories about this guy. Like, he went on stage, detuned all the strings of his guitar, and then walked off the stage. Like, he played a little bit, sometimes he sang a little bit, sometimes he didn't. There's a lot of really bizarre stories about, like, him just being totally devoid of any sense. And it's true that people like roadies would sneak acid to him. He died in 06, yeah, he died later on, way later on. But there's rumors that roadies and like fans were slipping acid into his coffee to get him fucked up so that he would be fun to hang out with, and he would like be psychedelic and crazy, man. Okay, we're not getting that, sadly. There's an item in there that's gone forever now. So, so Pink Floyd, the rest of the band, who did not write songs and were not very savvy for writing songs, they decided to carry on with one of Syd's friends, David Gilmour. And this is a guy who played guitar really well. He was in a blues rock band. And so they basically started this whole other phase of the band, which was very unpopular because people were very upset that Syd was gone. So now they had to write music that was as good as the previous stuff that was just, it seemed like an impossible task, right? They did it. The only reason you've ever heard of Pink Floyd is because they succeeded. Otherwise, there's a good chance they would have faded away into 60s psychedelia obscurity. So that's why I think Pink Floyd's a fascinating story. As much as I enjoy the music, the story is equally as fascinating. Especially the Syd Barrett stories. Anyway, the reason I mention this is because Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast, for a long time, Pink Floyd tried to find their feet. They were like, well, we're a psychedelic rock band, right? So we gotta freak people out. We gotta do weird, cool stuff. So that we gotta make people, like trip out, man. Which meant that a lot of their songs... The teleport potion, holy shit. I mean, a lot of their early songs weren't that amazing. Before Dark Side of the Moon, they had to find their feet. They slowly worked their way up to being great songwriters. And Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast is basically... I didn't mean to destroy that crate, whoops. Is basically a song on one of their early albums. Is there a way to pause this? Alright, I'll show you in a bit. Where it is literally just a man eating breakfast while some light jazz kind of weird psychedelic trippy music plays in the background, and he's talking about marmalade and his breakfast, and you hear things dripping, like the sink dripping, you hear matches being lit. It is not even as far as I'm concerned, it's not even a song. It's basically just trash. And I think it really mars what could have otherwise been a really great album. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I don't know why I pressed that button. I always make dumb mistakes. So I think that's a rather interesting story, despite people maybe not knowing about Floyd. This is the farthest I've ever gotten, and I've been barely paying attention the whole time because I'm talking about Pink Floyd. Amazing. What the hell? That was an enemy? I guess that was an enemy, guys. I don't know. It's hard to tell. These are new things to me. I don't know. That's an enemy. That's an enemy. Okay, I see how to overcome that challenge. Just gotta take it slow. So that's really all I wanted to tell you, just about Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. I'll show you a little clip of it in a bit, and it's just a really wacky. Pink Floyd was an interesting band in the early days. When I say interesting, I mean a lot of misses rather than hits. There's another song called Several Small Species of Animals in a Cave Grooving with a Pict or something. Several small species of furry animals grooving in a cave with a pict. I think that's the name of the song. I'm probably off by a little bit. I'm gonna play a little bit of that one too, because you want to hear stupid? I'm gonna give you stupid. That is a fucking dumb song. That's not- I don't even know if it is a song. It's again, them trying to like, be like, oh, we're, you know, we're crazy, man. Do some acid, man, and listen to us, man. And I think a lot of people mistake Pink Floyd immediately as that type of band throughout their whole career, but in reality, their songs are quite listenable without drugs. They themselves were not the biggest drug heads. Like, the rest of the members that didn't go insane from acid were actually really well educated, like university graduated architect students. Like, really, really smart, well-spoken dudes. So, yeah, I don't know. They just made really trippy music, man. Okay, now I'm really done. I swear, I'm not talking about Floyd anymore. This is all, like, useless shit. All, like, useless knowledge I was learning in college instead of, like, learning about Jesus Christ or whatever. Okay, we're still going. Somehow. This is a really... You might find yourself. Jesus. Oh my god. It's getting tense, guys. This game is very... It's very patience oriented. And it has that Spelunky kind of vibe to it that makes it, I think, very replayable and very addictive. It may not be for everyone, and it may not be as good as Spelunky for some people, but I think it's so far my initial thoughts on this game, having only played it like 3 times, are very, very positive. What's this? What is this? Am I supposed to go back down? Oh, for fuck's sake. What about The Trial? I think The Trial's a really cool song. It's good. What other classic rock bands do you like? Many. I really don't even... I like rock and roll. You know, I like a lot of good older bands. And, Big Star, if you've ever heard of them, I love them. Obviously Zeppelin, you know, stuff like that. Van Halen, The Doors, obviously the Beatles, and any of those projects related to. You really only need to go halfway down, the gas stops? Oh, okay, I see. So now we gotta go back up. Alright. David Bowie. I think most of you know this. I mean, I'm sure there's the odd... Fuck. I'm sure there's someone who's newer that hasn't heard this for the 1000th time, but yeah, I do enjoy a lot of classic rock. I will admit 100% that my scope of music is more limited than some people. I like a lot of different bands from a lot of different years, even up until today. However, I don't really particularly care for hip-hop that much, aside from only a few things, and I'm not really into like dance music, you know. So I do like classical. I like soundtrack music very much, but you know, I like Michael Jackson. I like his dance music. I like that style of dance music. I do like Back in the Gorillas. So it's like I can get down with it, but it's not something I actively seek out. And I would say that for a musician, I'm fairly close-minded. That's my approximation of myself, I would say. I don't know if it's accurate or not. That's up to you. What is this, the devil? Okay. Devil is dead. No, I'm not really a metal guy. I'm not really into, like, emo music. Just, how the fuck do you handle this? No, I didn't say metal was emo. I'm just saying there are various genres of rock I don't listen to. Cool. Awesome. I press the button because I just hold that button down to run. And as a result of me pressing the button, I offed myself. Because the run button that I'm used to pressing is the same as the grab button. Alright, I gotta go. I can't stream much more of this. I'm sorry that this is such a short stream. I'm literally too tired to keep going. I'm really, really shot, guys. And I gotta wake up early-ish tomorrow, so I'm gonna go. I will leave you with a sampling, a smattering of 2 Pink Floyd songs that I think are awful. It's funny because if you go to YouTube and type several, the first thing you get is this stupid song. So this one is one of their earlier attempts at God knows what. So animal noises. So if you like 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of Roger Waters. If you like 5 minutes of Roger Waters screeching into a microphone and then pitch shifting it up and putting reverb on it over and over again, yeah, then that's for you, man. Definitely. It's crazy because here's the thing I don't understand. Maybe this just isn't my thing, but look at that. That's impressive. I think it's just because the name Pink Floyd is attached to it that people would just like, oh, this is great. Yeah, no, I get it, man. I totally get it. Meanwhile, Roger Waters was probably just having a laugh. Just being a dick. And it's several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave and grooving with a pick. PICT, that's the name of the song. And this one is Alan's Psychedelic Vodmute. And this is 13 minutes, by the way.
Like marmalade. Marmalade, I like marmalade.
So you just get noises, lots of noises of the guy murmuring to himself about what breakfast he should have, turning on the sink. And then when he lights a match. The only thing that I like about this song is this. When he lights the match. It's kind of interesting, I guess, to light a match and have music come out of it. And he just keeps lighting matches and more music comes out of it. I guess you could say it was a neat attempt. And then the rest of it's just avant-garde, just noodling. And then, like, this is ASMR before ASMR, basically. And this, believe it or not, this sound effect is gonna get VOD muted. This is the sound of a man. This is what it sounds like when you eat breakfast, guys. Acoustic guitars. Not that the guitars don't sound cool, because Gilmore always had some great tones, but it's like, just random noodling. Even when I did smoke a lot of pot in college, it was like I couldn't make it through this whole fucking song. I think I've made it through this whole song once. And I was not exactly happy with the result. However, you do get some good Pink Floyd sounds, and yes, I'm chopping it up so the VOD doesn't get muted, but it's a relic of its time period. And for that, it's almost worth a listen. Almost. I don't know if you guys know this, but our parents' generation was weird. Well, actually, more my parents' generation. I don't know about you guys. That might have been more 80s, early 90s, but depends on how old you are, and et cetera, et cetera. But I think it's like, oh, it's dad rock, it's old man rock. Some of this music is fucking weird and is heavily drug inspired. And some of it is really, like, there's a lot of, like, rock from this time that I think still really holds up today. And a lot of it is just like, fuck you. Like a big fuck you music to whoever, really. I mean, there's a fuck you to everyone. There's a fuck you to authority. There's a fuck you to this. There's a fuck you to that. There's a fuck you to me. And it kind of, that's why I think, a lot of people are turned off to classic rock. Oh, my parents like it. Well, you know what? My parents like to eat too, but I still do it. There's only so far you can rebel, I think, before you realize, like, either it's good or it's not good for you. I think it's good. I think I like a lot of stuff from the 70s movies. I like a lot of music from the 70s and 60s. But I was hesitant at first because my mom used to like the Doors, and I thought it was so uncool to like the Doors. And then I realized something. When I was in high school, all the people I liked listened to classic rock. So that's kind of how I got into it. It seemed like everyone here on Staten Island was listening to really bad, like, gangster rap, like white. Okay, let me give you a picture before I check the art. Let me give you a picture of me growing up, okay? And you'll kind of more understand who I am by this. All right, I know some of you people watch just to find fuel to get angry at something or angry at me, in which case, why don't you direct your anger towards these fellows right here? Because you're going to love these guys. All right, check this out. Now, picture people like this. All right? People like that. and people who had hair like that. That's the people this is what was popular when I was in high school. Like that picture. You remember that picture? That was that was big on the internet for a while. People were talking about this kind of shit for a little while there. And it's just like a fascinating insight into just a bizarre culture that I think a lot of people still don't understand. But picture dudes like that and dudes like this listening to hardcore gangster rap about hood problems, money problems, race problems. Now picture those people sounding like the people that rapped on those albums, like they had the same problems. People like this, for example. And that was what was popular. That was what my high school was like for most people in my high school. And that was what I was growing up around. And still kind of do, actually. There's still a lot of people like that. And they really, really just turned off a lot of types of things for me when I saw, like, okay, well, they're dressing like that. They're listening to that stuff. They are embracing this culture, and they're tough guys with attitudes that are just really, really just deep down, probably just really scared kids that have grown up to spike their hair, and they think that listening to rap music will make them fit in and popular and cool because they listen to rap music and various other things related to that, right? So I didn't like that. I thought that was poop, to put it lightly. And I feel like the rebellion for me was listening to classic rock. Because don't get me wrong, I was a rebellious kid. I still am a rebellious kid at heart, I guess. But I feel like every time I saw a new Guido, it's okay, I'm Italian, I can say that, a new Guido show up and put on some rap and it's like, you know, drive real fast, show off their car, get into a nice car accident and have their daddy pay for it because, you know, you grow up on Staten Island and you realize a lot of people are very spoiled and entitled, and mommy and daddy pay for everything and just give them whatever they want, which has led to, believe it or not, a really severe drug epidemic where I live. Look it up. There's a video about it that I think some Australian videographers did some documentary about the drug problem. We have a huge prescription pill problem on Staten Island. That was another thing I grew up with. People doing perks, perk 20, perk 50, bro, perk 50, bro. A lot of people dying of heroin overdoses. It's a weird place because it's so beautiful here. Staten Island, it's so affluent. And then you have like just kids just fucking killing themselves on drugs. And it's just really, it's bizarre, but you kind of think of it this way. When you're given everything you want, when you're spoiled, what then makes you happy? When you don't have to earn anything, when you're just given everything, you turn to what is everyone else doing? Oh, they're doing perks. Yeah, bro, I don't want to turn down a perk because, you know, bro, I don't want to look like I'm not cool. Like I want to fit in with my bros. So I'm going to go to Jenks. I'm going to do some fucking perks. You know, Jenks is like a bar, Seaside Heights, bro. I'm going to get some bitches. I'm going to get some perks going. Oh shit. Yo, I can't afford perks, so I'm just going to like steal some money from my parents, bro. It's it goes then it just keeps going down the line, and then people are driving on drugs. So that's a little bit of an insight into this place, Staten Island, and some other parts of New York, but mostly here. And it is a weird, we have a weird culture here. And I just want to point out, I do love it here. I know that sounds stupid in a way, but I do, because it is so nice here. And there's so many things that I like about it, which I will not list tonight because that's a whole conversation for another time. But getting back to my original point, why did I start listening to classic rock? Why did I start getting into the Beatles? Why did I start getting into stuff like that? I was already into 90s rock because I grew up in the 90s. I don't know. I'm a product of my time. And the rebellion for me and a lot of other people was to actually listen to rock. And the thing about rock music is, I would say objectively, It's a bold statement. You can't really say a whole lot objectively, but objectively, a lot of classic rock has a lot of work put into it. And there's a lot of emotion put into it. And there's a lot of fuck yous put into it. And it almost seems like a kind of an interesting way to kind of, instead of rebel against the parent generation, you rebel against the current generation. And a lot of the rock that we had while I was in high school was like Limb Bizkit and Linkin Park. And then it got really depressing and dark. And I feel like a lot of classic rock is actually life affirming. And I feel like a lot of it is like, well, you know what? You can be pissed at something, but it's okay to be pissed. And here's how you get through it. Like, you know, we got your back, instead of listening to someone who just wants to hurt themselves because, you know, life sucks. Well, you know what? Everyone's life sucks, but I like to listen to music that kind of helps boost a little bit and brings you up. And I think the rap thing is a little bit too much on the up. Like, oh, you're going to feel good because, you know, you the best. I'm the best. You know, and that can get contagious, and people could just listen to that all the time. And then, you know, then they're always feeling good. They're listening to music that makes them feel like they're the boss. And wow, it's great. But I don't know. What am I trying to say? Wow. Talk about a fucking tangent. I just feel like there's a lot of good music, and I like it. And I feel like the point of me not going any further about different genres or why I feel certain ways about certain things, I think that music is good. The end. All right, let's check the art. Oh, you know what? Before we check the art, just again, imagine going to a bar and you're talking to some girl and she's really cool, really good looking, and you're doing well with her. Then this dude butts in. Yeah, baby, let me buy you a drink. And then he just kind of like inserts himself between you two, and then like puts his arm around her and just takes her to the bar. That's what a Staten Island bar is like on many occasions. Just saying. It's reality. It's more than a grudge. It's the truth. There's no lust for revenge here. They can have it. It's theirs. They can have it. All right.